Next topic is ionization potential or ionization energy. This is very important topic. Ionization potential or ionization energy. So here the definition is the minimum amount of energy. Minimum energy is required to remove the electron from outermost orbit of neutral gaseous isolated atom is called ionization potential. That means we should remove one electron from neutral atom. That means it should not have any charge. It should not have any charge. And gaseous atom, that means it should be present in gaseous state. Isolated means, here the meaning of isolated here that means it should be single. So these are the conditions. From that atom we have to remove one electron. It needs some energy. That minimum energy is called ionization energy or ionization potential. Simply it is represented as IE or IP. If you see this equation, then you will get clear idea. See, M, that means it is present in single. It is not having any charge. It is present in gaseous state. Next, IP means what? Ionization potential, nothing but energy. That means we are applying some energy to this atom. For what purpose? To remove the electron. Then cations will be formed. That is also present in gaseous state. Here this cation is called unipositive ion. Unipositive means it is having +1. If it is +2, that is called dipositive ion. Dipositive. So what is the definition of ionization potential? The minimum energy is required to remove the electron from outermost orbit of neutral gaseous isolated atom is called ionization potential. This is also called first ionization potential. Because we are removing only one electron. That is why this is also called first ionization potential. Next, coming to second ionization potential. The minimum amount of energy is required to remove the electron from outermost orbit of unipositive ion. Here we should take unipositive ion in case of second ionization potential. Unipositive, we should not take here neutral atom. Unipositive ion is called second ionization potential. What is the definition here? The minimum amount of energy is required to remove the electron from outermost orbit of unipositive ion is called second ionization potential. That means this time we are going to remove the electron from this ion, not from this one. So that is why this is called second ionization potential. So what is the reaction? M plus, we have to apply some energy here, that energy IP2. Then we get M plus 2 because we are removing one more electron. If M plus loses one more electron, then M plus becomes M, that means M plus 1 becomes M plus 2 plus 1 electron. So this equation represents what? Second IP. Then what about the definition of third IP? The minimum amount of energy is required to remove the electron from outermost orbit of dipositive ion. That will be called what? Third IP. Like that you can think any IP of the specific atom. Next, here important point is there, that is compared to IP1, IP2 is more. Compared to IP1, IP2 is more for any atom, not for particular atom. For any atom, compared to IP1, IP2 is more. Why IP2 is more than IP1? Simple answer, that is because the nuclear attraction is more in unipositive ion than neutral atom for a given atom. That means I told you already, this is cation, sorry, this is cation, this is neutral atom. In which case nuclear attraction is more? In this case, because here number of protons are more. I told you here, in case of cations, this happens in case of anions, this happens in case of cations. In case of cations, and we know that already, electron number is more, sorry, electron number is less compared to protons. Automatically nuclear attraction is more. If nuclear attraction is more, automatically it is very, that electron is very difficult to remove, because nuclear attraction is, so that we have to apply more energy, then only that electron will be removed. So what is the answer? Here in case of unipositive ions, nuclear attraction is more compared to neutral atoms, so that IP2 is more than IP1. Then what about IP3 and IP2? In case of IP3, there we should remove electron from dipositive ion. Their nuclear attraction is more compared to unipositive ion. Thereby IP3 is more than IP2. So for any atom, IP1 less than, for any atom, IP1 less than IP2, less than IP3, less than, so on. This is very, very important point. For any atom, IP1 is less than IP2, less than IP3, and like that, so on. Next point, the number of IP values for a given atom is equal to its atomic number. The number of IP values for a given atom is equal to its atomic number. For example, take hydrogen atom. In hydrogen atom, only one electron is present, so that hydrogen can have only one IP value. It cannot have more than one IP value. That means it cannot have IP2, IP3, because it contains only one electron. In case of helium, helium having only two electrons, so that helium can have two IP values. They are IP1 and IP2, but it cannot have IP3 value. Why? Because its atomic number is 2. It contains only 2 electrons. So what is the point? The number of IP values for a given atom is equal to its atomic number. Take sodium atom. It can have only 11 IP values. It cannot have 12 IP values, because it contains only 11 electrons, because its atomic number is 11. Next, variation of IP in groups, variation of IP in periods. So this is a very, very important point. This is also one of the important point. See, in groups from top to bottom, IP is decreases due to atomic size increases. I told you already, if atomic size increases, what happens? Nuclear attraction decreases. That means attraction between nucleus and valence electron decreases. If attraction between nucleus and valence electron decreases, then that electron can be removed easily. That means what? If you apply less amount of energy, that electron can be removed. So what is the point? If atomic size increases, then IP decreases. Already we discussed about atomic size. It decreases in periods and it increases in groups. It decreases in periods, it increases in groups. Automatically, this is inversely relation. Which one? IP. Inversely relation to what? IP, atomic size. So that IP value decreases in groups and IP increases in periods. That's all. So in groups from top to bottom, IP decreases due to atomic size increases. In periods from left to right, IP increases due to atomic size decreases. In periods from left to right, IP increases due to atomic size decreases. So this is about IP. It happens in every group. That means in every group, not only in a particular group, in every group IP value decreases, and in every period IP increases. So that IP is also considered as periodic property like atomic size. This is also one of the important point. Next, regarding IP, one more important point is there. That means some exceptional cases are there. We will discuss those exceptional cases now. See, take lithium atom. beryllium atom, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. All these are present in which period? Second period, because differentiating electron enters into S subshell. If differentiating electron enters into either S or P subshell, then the corresponding principal quantum number is that corresponding principal quantum number indicates what? Period number. So all these are present in second period. We know that very well. Next, what I told in periods regarding IP, in periods IP value decreases. Sorry, IP value increases. In periods IP value increases because atomic size decreases. That means what? Compared to lithium, beryllium having more IP value. But compared to beryllium, as per theory, boron should have more IP, but boron has less IP compared to beryllium. This is very important point. See, this is a this is 1A group, this is 2A group, this is 3A group, this is 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, and 0 group. So here exception is there. As per theory, boron should have more IP compared to beryllium, but beryllium has more IP compared to boron, because see, beryllium having 2s2 electrons in its outermost orbit, that means paired electrons are present, but boron having one unpaired electron in 2p subshell. That means this electron can be removed easily, but these are paired electrons having more attraction compared to single electron, so that this electron can be removed easily. That means if you apply less energy, then this electron can be removed easily. Because of that reason, boron has less IP compared to beryllium. Here one more reason is there, that is 2s2, that is completely filled configuration. That means 2s orbital having 2 electrons, so that if 2s2 completely filled configuration is there, that is what? Stable. So for stable substances, you cannot remove electron easily. That is the reason. So what is the exception? Second A and third A. So all third A group, not only beryllium, boron, all third A group elements having less IP compared to second A group elements. But here no exception. Compared to carbon, boron has less IP. That means carbon having more IP. And compared to nitrogen, carbon has less IP. That means there is no exception. Here exception comes here again. 5A and 6A. In this case, oxygen having 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, but nitrogen having 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. That means 2p3 means what? Half-filled configuration. That means stable configuration, so that it is very difficult to remove that electron. So that, what is the point? All 5A group elements having more IP compared to 6A group elements. As per theory, 6A group elements should have more IP, but 5A group elements having more IP compared to 6A group elements. So this is the exception. So you have to remember, don't forget. In remaining cases, IP values increases as we expected in remaining cases. So this is about IP. Next, here one more point is there. For 1A group elements, the IP2 value is more. For 1A group elements, the IP2 value is more because see, in 1A group elements, take hydrogen, suppose take sodium. Its electron configuration is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. If you remove one electron, that comes under IP1. If you remove second electron, if you remove one electron, it becomes 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. But if you remove one more electron, that means second IP value, it is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 means what? It contains 8 electrons. That means it is stable. So that all 1A group elements having more IP2 value compared to IP3, IP4, IP5. So that is the point. For all 1A group elements, IP2 is more. Similarly, for all 2a group elements, IP3 is more. For all 3a group elements, IP4 is more. Because why? In case of 3a group elements, if you remove 3 electrons, then it becomes stable configuration. Then that fourth electron will be removed very hard. So that IP4 is more. For 4a group elements, IP5 is more. For 5a group elements, IP6 is more. For 6a group elements, IP7 is more. For 7a group elements, IP8 is more. For 8th group, nothing but for 0 group elements, that means inert gases, IP1 is more. So this is all about IP. If you have any doubt regarding these points, we will discuss those points in live class. Thank you.